So gold, I'd be tempted to long this fellow. Okay, up to above this level here. And I say that because the indexes have had a little bit of a correction as of Friday. They've had a bit of Thursday and Friday, they've had a bit of a sell-off. And when there's a bit of panic in markets, this is kind of a hedge against disaster, which people look at. So that can help our decision for going long on this guy here. Also, we're 1, 2, 3, 4. We still need to see our fifth wave above this here. Okay. So I don't really have too much else to show, unless you just want to look at the indices. That's the big one in the news at the moment. What are your thoughts on oil? Okay, I've been short on oil for quite some time. So this is our AB plus 5 pattern. AB, 1, 2. So this is our 3, our 4, and we're looking at our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down to below this here. So potentially down to around $60. So that's my thoughts on oil. 2, 3, 4. Yep, and then this minor few waves here are likely to start heading below this 3 here.
So you can talk about your Bitcoin and Solana, Marty, just to remind you. You can talk about the Bitcoin and Solana blog post which you have written.
Okay.
Either you can go to Discord. Yeah, that's it.
So here's one we can look at as of yesterday when we've had that sell-off in the markets. We have a 22% chance that we'll be getting a 25 basis point interest rate cut by the next interest rate meeting for America, but 80% of them are now saying a 50-point basis cut. That's pretty big. Okay, so I've done a bit of a deep dive here on the crypto markets. We've looked at the Bitcoin, saying why we're long on Bitcoin, how it's been described here as the first digital cryptocurrency as a peer-to-peer payment system. And what has happened in the world a long time ago, well, not that long, but in the 1970s, there's actually a thing called Eurodollars, which can be considered the first Bitcoin ever formed. It's all a payment system created from an efficient communications network, which is sort of described in here as synthetic money. So Eurodollars meaning offshore money. That's the euro aspect of it. And dollars meaning US dollars. Okay, so when you're in America, it's pretty hard to explain without pictures, but you have the Federal Reserve, which gives reserves to the Reserve Bank, which hands out bonds to your commercial banks. So they're all regulated. So those commercial banks can have bank institutions offshore and create more US dollars which aren't regulated by the FDIC. So that's how all that gets blown out of proportion to the amount of debt that's actually in the world. But anyway, we are long Bitcoin due to so much political instability, government spending and monitoring projects such as your CBDCs from the BRICS, the Enbridge project for bilateral trade, and the BIS Agora project. That's a very big one. Okay, and bigger than this here, the Enbridge. So that's how they'll be able to monitor everyone's spending. No one's really going to want that to happen. So people would start acquiring cryptocurrencies so they don't get monitored as much. But it's a pretty decent read. And I give you your wave labeling here to say that 1, 2, 3, 4. We've nearly completed our first decent wave up, impulsive wave up. You'll have a 2 come down, and then the third wave will be a very strong one. So why I mentioned Solana, it was the 4th largest. I think it's now the 3rd largest cryptocurrency around, and it's grown quite considerably, a few multiples more than Bitcoin. Solana has the ability to create loans through blockchain, and by doing that, it's essentially creating its own money, which it can earn interest from as well. So that sort of works just how a bank works, which is why it has some potential behind it there. But you can read through this and it'll give you more details of why, where it ranks, percentage gains and such like that. Again, first wave up, 1, 2, 3, 4. We had a pretty good trend line break here to potentially reach our 5th wave above number 3 here. And just as a quick summary, that's about all that was about there. But remember, your cryptocurrency, so the total capital of Apple, 3.3 trillion, is larger than the whole cryptocurrency market together. So is Microsoft on its own. So is Nvidia. Okay, so always keep that in the back of your mind. But those currencies aren't really big just yet. What else can we go over? So we had that yen trade last week. Was it masterclass where we said it might have been the end of all this wave here at this point in time, and it looks as though it was. We also looked at our iron ore. On this one here, we called it here, and this was the wave result here. And again, we said it would go lower than this point here, and we come all the way down here. So that's the power of your Elliott waves. Any questions?
What about Ethereum, Marty?
Ethereum is a cryptocurrency based on the idea of an efficient software to create the blockchain. So just like everything, I see software getting updated everywhere all the time on anything that we own. So that sort of doesn't hold a very big, strong selling point for myself.
Okay.
What do you think about Cardano, if you don't mind me asking? Since you're talking about cryptocurrency.
Marty, are you talking? All of us can hear Marty. I cannot.
I can't either.
Marty, are you muted? I can see your screen. We can see your screen. And we are asking a question on Cardano, but can't hear you. Yeah, Marty's mic is acting up. So give us some time. 1 minute for his mic. Please take over. All right. So I'll share my screen. Marty's mic is playing up. So quickly share my resume presenting. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Marty, for that. I'll just take that question on V8 for 1 minute and then hand it over to Kerry Brown. We know that we all are waiting for Kerry Brown. And can you see my screen? Hello.
Yeah.
All right. So Ethereum, you asked a question, and then on the Cardano. So Ethereum, as Marty said, in the meantime, before I can go to anything, Ethereum or Cardano, I think Marty's, if you go to Trade Ideas, Marty's Trade Idea in our Discord is doing a fantastic job. Some very good gain on our Discord. What Marty is controlling, entire Elliott wave is being controlled by Marty. So, and that channel is doing very good. Those of you who are actually interested, you can do that for that. But let it in. Okay, so we'll go to Ethereum. Ethereum. Yeah, and then this is the monthly chart in front of you, and then on the daily chart you can see, for the time being, Ethereum is probably coming down, as you can see here. On the monthly chart, let it come. I don't know why it is taking time, because of Sunday. IG market is slipping along with pro-real time, maybe. Anyway, so as you can see from 4092, yeah, so it is as Marty was talking, indeed it is coming down, and we can see there is a potential zone of support. Those of you who are now doing the Trader Foundation zone of support is extremely important. This is a zone of support where the Ethereum is as of now. So this is a very strong zone of support. Why I say so? Because it is held here on April, and then on May, then on May again, then on July, and then we are approaching this fellow on the 4th of August. I'm not satisfied with the all sellers out. So it will be very interesting to see whether the turning point happening around here, any relative divergence happening here. You all know what I'm talking about, and then you can take care of. I think it was from Dhanuka. So Dhanuka, we can only say that this is a strong. This is a very strong zone of support for the last April, May, June, July. 4 months, and it can support. Otherwise, if it is continue to go stop rule of 4 here, go down, it may go down there. And Viet Cardano, Viet is strong in cryptocurrency, and he's doing cryptocurrency with us. Cardano, as you can see, if from the perspective of long term, it had the base at 23 cents, and it went up to 80 cents. That's a good jump, actually. If you see the base formation here, it takes long, because the base formation, it formed from here to here. It took 4 months, because base is formed on hope, and top is formed. The top is formed on panic, and panic took only 4 bars. 4 pipe bars for the panic, and the hope to form is to come some 118 bars. Crazy, but that's how our psychology, our brain works. Our hope and greed, which Kerry Brown would be talking in a minute. And now we have, just to conclude the Cardano question, I think Cardano is on the same zone of support, if I have to believe my understanding. So Cardano is on the zone of some, not yet there, yet. So maybe at around 33 level, 33 cents level, we can have an opportunity for a double bottom here. So that's from all of us, from me, including me and Marty. Thank you so very much, Marty, for taking those challenging questions on short term. We know that you do not do short term, but you have taken that question, which we are so it was so helpful for us, for the Aussie dollar as well as for the and Marty was talking about the Elliott Wave channel, and if you go, and it is doing fantastic. If you see our performance on the Elliott Wave, it did a fantastic job, and I did some 15,000 points. This is the Elliott Wave from the channel in front of you. 15,000 points from 5 months. This is all alone Marty Stewart. Tremendous kudos to Marty for gathering 15,000 points from the market only in 21 weeks. This is fantastic, Marty. I must clap for you, and we all must clap for you. And we have a new frequently asked questions here in the left hand side. So you have standard questions here. You can ask us any question here also. You can ask your questions with your email address. But I must thank Marty for his tremendous effort in this Elliott Wave channel, which you can subscribe here on the Elliott Wave Discord, which is entirely controlled by Marty. Otherwise, we all contribute to our different channels. We have daily swing trading, 12-hourly swing trading, 4-hourly swing trading. This is a wonderful mind map in our Discord. You can go and see in the performance, what is the performance of our daily swing in last 24 months, 150 trades placed, and $1,235 per trade gain. So 18,000 profit in 24 months. But Marty has generated 15,000 points in 21 weeks. So that was fantastic. And this is our daily, this is our 12-hourly in front of you in a mind map, 4-hourly. And then this is the day market open, in which we do intraday. Intraday is this one, ASX, and market open for CSL and Hang Seng. Those of you who are in Australia, this is for the Australian CSL Limited. And Client Arena is fantastic. In last 84 months, it has generated 74,000 points. So all these you can get in one slide, which is there in our Discord, and performance and there. And you can join our Discord through NP Financials, and then go to about us, and then you can go to that Discord. So, and more about us, and then you can scroll down, and then a little bit on that you can find us on Discord. With all this, we thank you to Marty, and thank you to all your questions, Kim, Vijeta, and Ben, and all of you, Danuka and Viet. Fantastic questions, Girija, Vijay, everyone. And I would love to hand it over to Kerry, who take us through till 5 o'clock. Kerry, thank you, and it is all yours. Kerry, please unmute your mic and start sharing your screen if you don't mind.
All right. Hello. For it wouldn't actually unmute there for a second.
That's all right.
Oh.
It all happens to us.
It got there in the end.
That's correct.
All right.
Marty says hi, Kerry.
Hello. Well done, by the way.
Kerry says, Marty, well done. You need to share your screen, Kerry. Yeah, brilliant.
All right.
Everyone can hear Kerry and see the screen. Beautiful start. Moving forward. Yes,
Yes.
I can see. Yeah, Grija can see. Go ahead,
Okay.
Kerry.
So looking at just continuing on from where I was for the last couple before this. So it's about the beliefs and how we interact with the beliefs and how they are